Hi, cutie pies. It is Lanickia, and I am coming to you with another episode of The Young and the Restless. This is for 3/8/2022. Okay, so let me just wrap up the one thing that was going on. So, Chase and Abby. Um, why am I calling this man Chase? Chance and Abby. Okay, so they decide to stay in. He's not really up to going out after going to see the counselor and everything. So, they decide to stay in, right? So really, it's just about him, just letting her know that it might seem as though he's blocking her out or he's not as open to her, but it's just he's dealing with a lot of emotions and he's feeling very vulnerable and raw after everything that's went on with him at the therapy session. And he just wants her to know no matter what happens, he trusts her, he loves her, but he just needs a beat. That's pretty much what he was telling her. I just need a beat after therapy to get myself back together or whatever because I'm feeling very raw. And so she understands, and they keep on talking and everything, and they decide not to go out because he said he just needs some time to just pull himself together, and she's okay with that. She said I understand. So they stay in, um and they talk, and he tells her more about how he feels guilty about what happened in Spain, and that he's feeling like if he forgets what happened in Spain, if he does what everyone says, which is like, yeah, my wig is like, if he does what everyone says, which is like, it's not your fault, he feels like he feels like he was the people who died, who sacrificed their life. He feels like he's letting them down. And he's like, on the one hand, he wants to move past it. He wants to get past it. And he doesn't want to, let Spain pretty much control how he's feeling his life and everything. But on the other hand, he feels like, how can I do that? Because if I do that, that's saying that there's sacrifice. Someone has to remember them and everything. So it's just he's dealing with a lot of emotions, and she's going to be there for him. That's it on the storyline, guys. And then I'm going to go to so okay. So we have Faith, Mariah, and Tessa upstairs, right? And they're talking, and Faith just wants to know, how did you guys find love? How did you guys do long distance? How did you guys cope with everything? How do you know you were soulmates? She's just asking questions because, she's going off to college and she's in some, and so they're just giving her advice on all of it. And they're just being honest with her that it's hard. You have to make the sacrifice and really commit to each other and communicate and talk, and so everything doesn't always go as planned, and you have to be able to forgive when someone makes mistakes and everything like that. And she was like, she's like, I don't mean to bring up anything bad with y'all, about memories. And they're like, no, because we're in a good place now. So when Faith leaves, Mariah and Tessa talk, and they're just talking about how they feel about each other. And Mariah says, yeah, I mean, it's scary. I think about Dominic, and hope everything, he's going to continue to be okay. I think about what if we have children? Not right now, but she's just thinking in the future of things that could go wrong. But she also tells Tessa, you don't have to be the strong one anymore. Like, I can handle things too. I mean, it was just a good little scene between them two, the two of them, on how they can lean on each other. So then we see at Sharon's, there is Noah is there, and he's brought this girl, Cindy, really pretty girl. But she's a little bit of a she has a day job, but her passion is being an influencer. We never figure out what her day job is. But Sharon is just like, weren't you out with someone else the other night? And now here you are with Cindy today. And we find out that he just met her, and she's calling him Noel. And like his name is Noah, and even he says it's Noah, and he was like, it doesn't matter. She said, isn't that what I said? He said, it doesn't even matter what you said. But anyways, guys, so he's talking, and Sharon's there, and she's just talking about how cute it is and how great Noah is and everything. And then Faith comes in, and so they start talking, and then Sharon goes out with Noah And he tells her, you don't have to worry about me. I'm young and I'm just dating. I'm just dating to have fun. It's nothing serious. I'm not looking for anything serious. I'm just dating. Now, I do agree with that. When you're young, even if you're older, date. You find out what you like, what you don't like in someone. Find out, what your boundaries and your standards and everything are, and so, but, of course she's concerned, she's a little bit concerned because she doesn't want him just jumping from relationship to relationship. But I don't think this is a relationship. This is just a girl he met and they about to have a fun time, and that's it. um so then Tessa comes in, and when Cindy, the girl that Noah has met, sees Tessa, oh my gosh, she's so excited. She's like a huge fan. And then she sees Mariah, and she's excited about Mariah and everything. And because she said, "Oh, I saw you when you went on stage and declared your love for Tessa." It's just a big, she's just a fan. And then she's like, "Oh, we're supposed to be going to the spot. We could hang out and all that." And so Tessa and Noah speak, and he's just like, she said, "Cindy seems fun." And he's like, "Yeah, that's all it is. It's just fun. And there's nothing serious. I'll leave to the love to you guys." And so, I think he wants love, but I don't know if he think he deserves it or is worthy of it. But right now he's just like, "I'm just gonna have some fun while I'm just gonna have fun. I'm young. I'm just gonna have fun." And I get it. Okay. So let's move right along. So then we see, good Lord, who do I want to go to first? Let's get Nick out the way. Not Nick, but let's get Ashlyn and Victoria out the way. Lord, please don't let this storyline go on. Please let this story, like, I could deal with this maybe a month if I have to too, but don't stretch this into like 3, 4, 5 months. I don't want to see this. Um, Ashton is talking to Victoria, and he got her eating right out of the palm of his hand. But one thing he did not have her on was when he tried to insinuate that he thinks his father has been behind it has done a long con just to get his company. She said, "No, no, no. My daddy is evil, but even I mean, he does bad things, but even he's not that evil. Like, that would be a despicable person. Like, that would be an evil person. Girl, you married to him right there in front of your face. That's the one. Because he's done this long con on you." And she said, "No, because he was so, I think in Italy, he was so into us, and he was so happy." Because Victor did like him. But, he didn't know he was doing I mean, Nick knew he was trying to tell everybody. But they didn't know he was going to be like this. They didn't know Ashlyn was going to be like this. But Ashlyn is just like, "Your father just gave me a ticking time bomb." And I'm like, why y'all won't just go and talk? Girl, go talk to your daddy. Just go over there and talk to your daddy. And Nikki, you've been popping up this whole time, and now you're nowhere to be seen. But so he's just talking to her about, "Oh, I can't believe he would do this. I don't know why, but maybe it was for my company. Maybe he just doesn't want me in the company. He just wanted to push me out." And again, Victoria's like, "No, that is not it. Like, he liked you. He loved us together. He was happy." So she says, "There's something more to this than that. Something is turning him against us, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it." But she also was like, "He doesn't know who he's messing with, and I'm gonna show him and everything." And girl, that's why I don't want to see this storyline. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like this storyline, but I'll deal with it a month or two just so Victoria can be a little more, stop being such above herself. She could be a little more humbled on how she interacts with people, and how feeling like she's just this girl, that she's just that girl or whatever. So I would deal with this storyline just for that portion of it. But I honestly, I just don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this drag on for like 2 months. But anyways, so then we go over here to, who is Nick and Nate. So Nick is talking to Nate, and this is what kills me. Now, when Victor asks Nate, "How is Ashlyn, his health and everything?" Nate was all like, "You can't ask me that and everything. I I like Nate. Don't get me wrong, I like Nate. But then he sits down with Nick and he's like, how's Victor's health? Well, you just saw Victor. You could have asked him. And how can you ask? But oh no, when Victor asks, it's oh. So, I mean, but I guess it's not as bad as writing or whatever. But that's what I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's that's typical soaps. But anyway, so he sits down and he tells him that Nick tells him what he's really worried about is Ashlyn's health, or lack thereof of his sickness. And they just like, what are you getting at? And he says that we have reason to believe that he was never sick, that he falsified all that information or whatever. And and Nate is just like, because he's friends with Ashlyn, so he's just like, what? I would look into the person who's making these accusations and see if they're behind them or whatever. The same thing Ashlyn was saying. See if they're behind them, the person behind them is trustworthy. And then Victor comes walking in because they're at the coffee house. And so Victor comes walking in. So when Victor comes in, he tells Nate, because Nate was like, those are serious accusations to throw around. And you need to be sure that you can have proof of this. So Victor says, come to Newman Media. And excuse me, my side, like the pollen is already falling in Texas. And my sinus are acting up. Sorry. So he says, come to the Newman Media and he ain't said like I'm saying, come to Newman Media and we'll show you. So Nate gets up and Nick goes and he goes to Newman Media. The only people who work here are like the coffee house people, and Ashlyn and Victoria keep going to marketing meetings because I'm like, this is the same day because y'all are in the same clothes and y'all have been at multiple coffee houses multiple times in the office. Like, oh my gosh. But anyways, they go to Newman Media, right? And they show Nate the evidence, or Victor shows Nate the evidence. And Nate has more questions that makes me, I'm like, I see. Yes, Nate, you are absolutely right. Because he's like, how can we know these doctors are trustworthy? And how do we know that these doctors weren't paid off? And how do we know they don't have a grudge? And he's asking all these questions that are reasonable questions. And what about his doctors in New York? And what about this? And Victor says, I was stonewall. And Nate says, no, they are not supposed to give that information out. And that's why they didn't give it out. Like, you can't. HIPAA will not allow you to give all that information out. And so, what was I saying? And so then they just keep telling Nate, I know you don't want to believe this about him, but he's lying. And he's used Victoria, and we need your help to prove it. Now, Victor gonna say he lied to you and he used you and stuff, and Nate didn't like that. He was like, well, I resist the fact that you saying that I got used and all that. And Victor's just like, it is what it is. The man has been lying about having cancer and everything. And unfortunately, he used your friendship to try to help hide the fact that he never had cancer, the same way he used Victoria. And we just need your help. So they keep asking Nate to help them do it. And he hasn't gave an answer yet. And here comes Victoria busting in. Father, you have crossed the line. You have crossed the line this time. And that's how it went off. She might not have said cross the line. I don't know what she said, but either way, she was upset with him. And that's how it went off. And so they're about to have a showdown. It's about to go on. I hope it doesn't go on for months, but I mean, give this a month. Like, let's do this for a month. But by April, beginning of April, wrap this storyline up and find Michael. Y'all doing all this and Michael is missing. Go find Michael and those doctors or whatever, and Nate, do an exam on Ashlyn. If Ashlyn is not really sick, do an exam. I don't even trust getting the test results because Ashlyn's so crooked. But do the test results and all that, and let it go. I mean, it could be a simple storyline, but we got to drag this out for a few months because. And I read Instagram. Some of y'all want to see Victoria suffer, and I'm just like, I'm so bored with the storyline. I don't even want to see that, but I kind of do, just so Adam them can rub it in. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I give this episode like a 5. I feel like they brought in Mariah and all them just to give them like some lines, and Chase and Abby. just to give them some lines, because it's like nothing serious going on with them. But I mean, it's nice to break up all the dramatics going on with the humans. So, all right, guys, that was Young and the Restless today. I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.